Welcome back. Randy Bueller here with Brian David Marshall. We just watched the quarterfinals where the fairy decks got slaughtered. Pretty big upsets in a couple of cases. I mean, a lot of experience left this top 8, but it's not going to be all fairies. It's going to be Lightning, or it's going to be Kithkin, or there's one fairy deck fighting the fight, and Jamie Park. You just saw the extended deck that he used to qualify for this top 8. Jacob Van Lunen also played that deck. It's the Seif deck that a bunch of that crowd decided to run.
Ben Rubin also played that deck. A handful of people were playing. I think
most of whom had a decent chunk of success.
I think Chillin played it also.
But now we turn our attention to the team competition. So Team USA versus Team Japan. The way the team competition works, it's team constructed. So each national squad has a standard deck, an extended deck, and a legacy deck. And then their players face off. So, for example, we're about to watch USA and Japan, and the legacy players are Paul Cheon and Akihiro Takakura. So I think we're going to start. We don't get to see legacy on camera very often, so we'll start with the legacy matchup. Take a look there. As far as extended goes, Sam Black is playing extended versus Masashi Oiso. So Sam's got the elf deck, got a Cloudstone Curio take on the elf deck.
I feel like we want to avert our gaze from Sam Black's elf deck. I don't know that he has won a game of extended in the team competition.
They went 3-1. He helped. He must have helped.
I don't know.
Wow. Okay. Masashi Oiso is playing Tron. Now, this was actually pretty interesting because a lot of people were talking about Tron for the extended day. Now, the first team-constructed matchups were actually on Thursday. They were at the end of day 1. So that's fully 2 days before the extended portion of the main event. And a lot of people are like, ooh, what are they playing in extended? What are they playing in extended? And, Oiso shows up with Tron. Tron was already the buzz. Everybody's like, oh, there's going to be all this Tron. There's going to be all this Tron. No, none of it. Oiso played fairies in the main event. All the Japanese played fairies. I think they probably set it up on purpose, right? We'll show our Tron deck.
Probably expecting also a lot more elves in the team competition, I think, than maybe they were expecting in the main event.
Interesting. The Tron is not the deck against elves, is it? Fairies is way better against elves than Tron.
It's very solid against elves.
So everything's solid against elves.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like, for sure.
I don't know if I believe that, but okay. In standard, it's Michael Jacob, who is playing sort of the black-white tokens deck against Yuya Watanabe, who is playing fairies. So fairies with Pepper Smoke versus black-white tokens. That'll be the standard matchup. Extended is elves against Tron, and then legacy. I don't know that these are even. I don't know what the name is for Takakura's legacy deck. I mean,
it's kind of like a stack. It is kind of
stacksy. I mean,
it's got Crucible, it's got Smokestack, it's got Armageddon.
It's the cute part of the engine that I've seen go off a couple of times is Dust Bowl, Flagstones, and Trocare.
That is really beautiful when it's working.
Yes, it is very expensive though.
It's very expensive.
Mana.
So he's sacrificing his Flagstones of Trocare to his Dust Bowl to kill your land. Flagstones goes to the yard. Get a Plains from my deck, put it into play. Yep. Then I have Crucible in play, replay my Flagstones, rinse and repeat next turn.
Yeah, so
he didn't win a lot either.
Takakura's plan is to lock up the game. Chalice of the Void, Trinisphere, Armageddon, Magus of the Tabernacle. He's really trying to set up a very stacks-ish lock. He does have a couple smokestacks in here, Thorn of Amethyst. So he's attacking his opponent's land. He's just trying to sort of freeze the game, somewhere but prison stacks, whatever you want to call it. That's the basic strategy. On the other side, Paul Cheon has got your basic sort of blue-red control deck with a combo built in to kill.
He's got Hulk Flash with Dreadnoughts and Stifles.
Right. The combo in this particular case is Phyrexian Dreadnought. If you Stifle that comes into play ability, you just get a 1-mana 12/12.
Right. So which doesn't seem.
It's not as good as Protean.
It doesn't seem up to the standard of the deck
of Hulk Flash.
Yeah,
but it's still quite good.
It's still quite good, and the game is over in a couple of quick swings.
Yeah, I mean, and at some level, the deck has only got 8 cards devoted to that combo, and the rest of the deck is just solid blue-red control, right?
Which is the deck Paul Cheon feels comfortable playing.
Brainstorm, Daze, Standstill, Counterbalance, Top, Spell Snare, Pyroclasm. 3 main deck Tormod, that's the sideboard. The sideboard is Pyroclasm, Tormod's Crypt, Echoing Truth, Blast. So, pretty solid red-bluish deck. Yeah. Combo built in to kill. You can kill with almost anything at some level if you can control the game. So,
he said he loves playing islands. He doesn't know why he ever played in tournaments without islands. That was what attracted him to this deck. It had counterbalance top. This was something he played throughout the extended season last year.
Sure.
Not allowed to play with it anymore.
Yeah.
So he played with he shotgunned the Legacy format to get this deck.
Oh, that's funny. Makes sense.
They really thought Sam Black was going to play Legacy up to the last minute.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. He loves his deck, and so we've been calling the deck Dreadnought Stoppable, but apparently the real name of the deck is Dreadstill.
Oh, Dreadstill?
Yeah. How good is Standstill?
All right. Looks like the players are just about ready. Team USA versus Team Japan. We will be right back momentarily with World Championship semifinal coverage. Hello and welcome to the 2008 Magic the Gathering World Championships. I'm Randy Buehler. I'm here with Brian David Marshall, and it is time for the team semifinals. And have we got a matchup for you? The team competition in Worlds has been dominated over the years by two countries. The United States was the best country in Magic for much of the first decade. And then that crown really has passed to Japan. And for sort of the last 5-ish years, Japan has really been where the rock stars come from. Well, Team USA is back on the Sunday stage of the team competition. Team Japan is vowed to take the title back home to Japan. It was won by Switzerland last year.
Right.
So the Swiss are not around to defend their title. These are the two favorites, Team USA, Team Japan. They have been the favorites for a while. This is a semifinal matchup, so one of them will be playing for the title against either Australia or Brazil.
The teams are captained by Masashi Ariso on the Japanese side.
He's the national champ.
Well, actually, I guess the captains don't. I keep thinking that the captains match up, and Mike Jacob on the U.S. side, but that's not how these get paired. They get paired by which set preference people have.
Right, so these are the legacy players. We're starting on the legacy matchup. Akira Takakua won the die roll, came out with Mox Diamond, and Chalice for one. Pretty good start for him. A pair of Mox Diamonds. He just invested almost his entire hand in that. He's down to just one card in hand after that opening.
Yeah, no pressure.
Chalice for one means no Dreadnought, no Stifle. Like, it is tricky for Paul Cheon to win versus that opening. He's got 4 Mistress Factories still. He's got Engineered Explosives is probably the way he's going to get out of this, right? Yep. He needs to... Oh, but there's Trinisphere. So Takakua continues his effort to just prevent his opponent from doing anything. Engineered Explosives is...
But he does have to do something himself, right? Which I think was the problem with this deck.
He can lock the game and then he never actually wins it?
Yeah.
What is his victory condition?
Exalted Angels, I believe. I saw Exalted Angels. Oh, Exalted Angels in the sideboard.
Right.
So his... I guess he kills with the Magus of the Tabernacle?
Crazy.
Is that his only card to kill someone?
What this deck list looks like. There's now a Ghostly Prison. It's been added to the board.
Yeah, he just...
So, Paul Cheon staring across at a Chalice for one. That's bad news for him. But he can deal with it. He can either attack for the win with Mistress Factory, pretty annoying versus a Ghostly Prison, or more realistically, he's looking for Engineered Explosives and possibly a Trinket Mage to go get it with.
Yeah, I'm looking at... is he really just killing with a Magus of the Tabernacle? Is this deck list correct?
According to this deck list, his victory condition is Magus of the Tabernacle. There are 60 cards, and none of them can deal damage.
Is there any chance he's playing 62? Too
crazy.
convincing. So now,
Standstill from Xi'an.
Xi'an is perfectly happy to just sit here and do nothing.
Well, the bad part for Xi'an is if we get some land destruction going on, right?
Oh, that's
Takakua
right,
has the Dust Bowl engine.
But the Dust Bowl, but Paul has a lot of basic lands.
Doesn't Dust Bowl kill any land?
No, Dust Bowl is non-basic.
It's only non-basics?
Yes.
Discard.
Xi'an is in discard mode. So he's definitely pinched on land. You could see Takakua actually win a legacy match here. Meanwhile, these are 2 out of 3 matches, and in each match is 2 out of 3 games. So, team formats, you got a little bit of room. You're always rooting for your buddies to pick you up if you lose. You're always sad to let them down.
Discard.
But yeah, Xi'an pinched on with just the 2 islands, discarding again. In the standard matchup, Jacob and Watanabe both have a Bitter Blossom going. It's fairies versus black-white tokens in that matchup. Meanwhile, in extended, Sam Black is up to about 5 elves in play versus Owiso's Tron deck. Oh, now he's got none. Damnation from the Tron deck.
It was interesting over the course of the weekend to see more and more non-fairy decks playing Bitter Blossom and more fairy decks not playing Bitter Blossom.
That's hilarious. But you're absolutely right. The fairy decks that did well in extended yesterday were either mono blue or blue black with Bitter Blossoms in the sideboard.
Yeah.
Xi'an really lamenting his lack of lands. He's starting to get a little frustrated with his draw. He's discarded multiple times now. The good news is his opponent isn't actually doing anything.
And if his opponent does anything, he'll draw 3 cards.
Right.
So it was interesting. I saw some interesting confusion with Standstill in some of the legacy matches. Paul Xi'an had a opponent cast a spell, break the Standstill, and so Paul's like, okay, Standstill's on deck, and his opponent was like, I will stifle Standstill, and he's like, okay, Standstill triggers, I'll draw 3 cards.
Hilarious. Yeah. Watanabe has double misbind click in the red zone in the standard matchup.
In the actual red zone, I might add. It's actually red. There's a wasteland.
There's Watanabe's hand.
Which one is that? That's
City of Traders.
That's City of Traders. So the next land he plays, that sacrificed.
Yep.
But that gives him 2 mana. Discards a win condition. There goes a Magus of the Tabernacle, it looks like.
How big is that guy?
2/6. So he is now down to...
He discarded another one.
He has one way to win this. I mean, can he win on decking? Does he have some?
That's what I was wondering. He went first.
Well, I mean, Paul, he's going to break a Standstill, and Paul's going to draw cards. He could certainly do that.
Yeah. He has to lock up the mana, though. If he doesn't get...
7.
He's got to get Dust Bowl going.
Oh, and we're now in the start attacking with my Mishra mode.
Right.
Maybe. That costs a lot.
Yeah, with Ghostly Prison. Looks like these guys are going to be here for a while. I think...
you want to take a look at some standard, possibly some extended?
I think it might be time to check out another game.
Yeah, we're going to see if we can swing that camera over.
End of turn.
No? Although we of course, just as the Standstill's getting broken...
That game's still going to take a while.
By Enlightened Tutor. Oh.
What?
He cast in...
Down 1?
Akihiro Takakua cast Enlightened Tutor, broke
Yeah.
the standstill at end of turn, and then Paul pointed out that it was countered by the Chalice of the Void for 1.
Hilarious. Yes, Sakakua did cast Enlightened Tutor into his own chalice, breaking Paul's standstill. So, we're now watching Extended. Sam Black is on the left of your screen. Masashi Oiso is in the foreground, shuffling up his deck.
Looking for his
Oiso's...
second World Teams title.
So Oiso already have a World Team title?
Didn't he get one in 2005? Wasn't he
Who
part
was
of
on that
team?
Japanese team? I don't think Oiso was on that team.
He wasn't on that team?
17.
Oh, no, he was on the team. He was on...
14.
Was he on the team that played against Neil Reeves?
Mark.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he was.
Yep.
I have no internet connectivity to check.
Check your iPhone. So, Watanabe leads Michael Jacob 1-0. Up on the standard match, Watanabe was able to attack with those misbind clicks. He's got the 1-0 lead there. In this middle match, Oiso has navigated things reasonably well. He was able to sweep the board with a Damnation. He's now got Chalice for 1 in play, which is really bad news for the Elf deck. Takes away most of the action that Sam Black is capable of. He's got Viridian Shamans. He's also got face-down cards. The play you see here is Birchler Ranger with Morph. That one gets around Chalice of the Void. Sam Black hoping somehow he can attack with these morphed Grey Ogres and actually kill Masashi Oiso. Unlikely to work, but possible.
So, just...
Now here is Engineered Explosives for 0. Takes out both the morphs,
They were
and
Birchler Rangers.
unfortunately for Masashi, that also does take out his Chalice. Chalice has a 0 casting cost when it's in play, so it dies to that Explosives for 0. I'm surprised Oiso needed to blow up his own Chalice in order to nail those guys. If our life total score is correct, he's still got 17 points of life to play with. I wonder if he must be in a little more desperate situation than that.
So, by the way, I just noticed something. In the Kenji Samura match where he had the Agony Warps,
Yes.
were those flying tokens or no? No, the Kithkin tokens don't fly, do they?
No.
So, no. Okay. I got a text from Ben Sex, but that's incorrect.
He used explosives for 0 to get my Birchler Rangers.
Sam happy about his creative way of getting rid of Chalice for 1. It's like Chalice for 1 is the nightmare for the Elf deck. But summon those face-down Birchler Rangers. Maybe Explosives will blow them all up.
Seems like a way to attack the Tron deck, get in for 2.
Yeah, no, I mean, Sam's playing it out right. In the Brazil-Australia match, Australia has struck first blood. Chung is up 1-0. That's the legacy match.
What's that matchup look like?
13 apiece for Sam Black and Masashi Oiso here. Sam has a mirror entity in play now.
It looks like that got
Nope.
countered with buyback.
Is that countered with buyback?
Yes, with the Spellburst.
Spellburst.
Spellblast with buyback.
Spellblast with buyback. Yeah, I've seen Oiso get that running with the Urzatron.
I
Pretty
love that
rough
card.
lock.
Yeah, it's also very good against a deck with lots of 1s and 2 casting cost creatures.
Okay.
Essence Warden gets Spell Blasted with buyback. But that was good enough to untap Nettle Sentinel. Sam Black is essentially feeding his cards into the Spell Burst in order to untap Nettle Sentinel and keep attacking.
Yeah, he's going to have a hard time resolving anything for the rest of this game. Spellburst is
Australia continues. Brandon Lau takes a 1-0 lead over Billy Edel. So Australia up a game on 2 of the matchups already. That's the standard match. Like we said, so Aaron Nicastri is on that Australian team. He's the one who's still in game 1. No, there's Damnation from Oiso. So Damnation sweeps the board. Sam Black's attackers are gone. Damnation sweeps the board, and still plenty of Spellburst mana. Hard to imagine Sam Black winning this from here.
Yeah. Those were Spectral Procession tokens in the Kenji game, so they were flying.
I think we should go check on that legacy match.
Yeah.
Let's find out if Paul Cheon has managed to get any action going, or whether Takakua has managed to establish his lock.
I think they might be in another literal standstill at this point.
End of time.
Yeah, Oiso's got a gift. Oh, Sam just scoops him up. Yep, there you go. Sam Black scoops them up. Masashi Oiso takes a 1-0 lead. So, first game is on the board, and to the surprise of absolutely no one, Masashi Oiso wins his first game of Extended. Oh, Aaron Nicastri up 1-0. Australia has taken all 3 game 1s.
Okay.
So, here we're back in Legacy. A lot of interactions that we don't get to see very often. Kind of an interesting format. Sometimes it's blisteringly fast, but sometimes with these Eternal formats, they're blisteringly slow. Takakua is at 17. Cheon's got a full grip of cards. He's got 4 islands, a wasteland, and now a Mistress Factory. His opponent has Trinisphere, Ghostly Prison, and Chalice for 1. So everything Cheon wants to cast is going to cost at least 3, thanks to the Trinisphere, including that standstill. And if Cheon wants to attack, he's going to have to pay 4 to attack.
Plus the 1 to animate.
Plus, if he's attacking the Mistress Factory, yeah, it does indeed cost 1. So Takakua has the game bogged down just the way he drew it up. His victory condition in his main deck is basically attack with Magus of the Tabernacle. So Takakua doesn't actually have to attack with Magus to win this game because, thanks to the standstills, he can deck Paul Cheon.
Right.
And I think that that's his plan here. I mean, I think that the way Takakua is set this up, he's going to try to deck Paul Cheon 1 card at a time by just making Cheon's life miserable. I'm not sure it's going to work. The thing is, Cheon's got the Wastelands to defend himself from any kind of a Dust Bowl lock. Cheon's got Engineered Explosives to potentially...
I don't know that he can get his explosives...
So Trinisphere Engineered Explosives is kind of an interesting interaction, right?
Right.
He's got to pay
Come on, boys.
3. All right. Takakua and Enlightened Tutors into the standstill again. Once again, getting it countered by his own Chalice.
Just, yeah, Takakua's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, Takakua knows it's countering by his own Chalice. His plan is to deck Paul Cheon with all standstills. This is crazy.
I don't know how good I feel about giving Paul Cheon, 6, 9, 12 extra cards over the course of a game.
Yeah, no, he's got the ability in his deck to stitch together Lockbusters, right? He's going to be able to defend his mana because he's going to draw into enough Wastelands to stop any Dust Bowl shenanigans. So he's going to have enough mana that when he sets up for Engineered Explosives, I think he will, in fact, be able to Engineered Explosives. If he nails the Chalice, out comes Dreadnought. Like, I think Cheon will be able to win this game.
And then just pay for your Ghostly Prisons?
Yeah, you just pay for the Ghostly. The Ghostly Prisons are permanent, right? I don't think Cheon has any way to get Ghostly Prison off the table.
I'm not saying anything.
There's nothing Cheon can do about a resolved enchantment. All right, let's go check on the standard match. There started game 2 of the standard match. Michael Jacob lost the first game to Yuya Watanabe. Japanese have won a game in both standard and extended, so they've got 2 1-0 leads. It's interesting. This is probably the most important of the match.
I agree. I think this is going to decide really decide which team advances.
And that's because Oiso is believed to have a huge advantage in extended. He's already up a game. Shion is believed to have a huge advantage in legacy. That game, I don't know. Takekua's got it going, has come out about as well as he's capable of coming out, so who knows. But if Watanabe wins this one, they don't need legacy, right? If Watanabe wins this one and Oiso finishes off Sam Black as expected, then we'll have Japan through to the finals, and Masashi Oiso in position to make good on his pledge to bring the team title back to Japan. Watanabe has to turn 1 Thoughtseize. Jacob only had 2 action cards, a Tide Hollow Sculler and a Glorious Anthem.
A lot of pressure on Sam Black here, I think, at this point to...
Yeah, okay, here's Bitter Blossom from Watanabe. So Jacob did draw a second Tide Hollow Sculler. So he was able to take down an Agony Warp. Oh, now here's Glorious Anthem. So Jacob, I believe, mulliganed to 5 this time. So Jacob down a game, forced to mulligan. He got Thoughtseized out of the gates, but came back, Tide Hollow Sculler, Glorious Anthem. We'll see. Bitter Blossom is not good news for Michael Jacob. Watanabe's got the fairies opening he wants, right? Turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Bitter Blossom. Hard to draw it up much better than that. I'm not sure we're ever going to know how that Shion Takekua match plays out. I mean, with a double mulligan from Jacob, Watanabe can win this. Oiso can finish his match. We can have Japan with a pair of 2-0 wins before they finish game 1 of Legacy.
There'll still be like 10 or 11 cards in Shion's deck at that point.
I think that's probably what our cameramen are rooting for. Right, Michael Jacob continues to...
looking at reigning Rookie of the Year, Yuya Watanabe.
Yeah, that's a good point.
2-time national team member, Michael Jacob. He was on the team last year, captains it this year.
Yep.
There's a Cloud Goat Ranger.
Will that resolve?
I'm guessing no.
Yeah, you get a good look at Team Japan. Watanabe, Oiso, and Takekua. Across the table from them, there's Team USA. Shion in the foreground, Black in the middle, national champion Michael Jacob in the foreground.
Yeah, you might think that's a hat, but that's actually his hair.
I've never seen him without it.
Yeah, it gets it styled that way.
All right, Tide Hollow Sculler continues to attack. Cloud Goat Ranger did get countered, right? Cryptic Command took out Cloud Goat Ranger. Tide Hollow Sculler continues to attack. Watanabe is down to 10. Bitter Blossom chipping away. Been blocking the 3/3 Sculler there, right? Oh, there's a second Tide Hollow Sculler. Threatens to steal a card and increase the attacking significantly.
Get some information.
We'll see if it resolves. Looks like Pepper Smoke, Broken Ambitions,
Another Bitter Blossom.
land and a Bitter Blossom. So Broken Ambitions is an option here if Watanabe's willing to tap out. I think he'd do it, right?
Yeah, I mean, he needs
Yeah,
something to
Totally Broken Ambitions here.
get into this game, so he wants the clash, if nothing else, I think.
He also wants the hidden information, right? If he reveals his hand, Jacob probably takes the Broken Ambitions. Now you didn't get to clash, and now your opponent realizes what's up. So yeah,
Clash.
Broken Ambitions for 4. They clash.
There's a Thoughtseize.
Thoughtseize versus a land. So Jacob
Push.
wins the clash, pushes the Thoughtseize.
Push the
Watanabe, of course, pushes the land. No Tide Hollow Sculler, which I think is the most relevant thing here. Just no attacker. Those 3/3 attackers are starting to add up. Watanabe takes another one from Bitter Blossom. His Bitter Blossom is essentially a force field.
Yes.
Pay 1 life a turn in order to not get attacked.
Looks like he may have drawn something.
Mutavault cracks back the other way.
And Sower.
Oh, Sower steals Tide Hollow Sculler. That's a big deal. Jacob draws land off the top, so Michael Jacob fought a valiant fight here off a double mulligan, and he had Watanabe under significant pressure, and Watanabe was pretty much out of gas, but Sower of Temptation off the top, and I struggle to imagine Michael Jacob stitching together a winning board position from here.
Yeah, the USA wants to win.
Watanabe is well on his way. 2, 4, 6, 7 power worth of attackers. Jacob at 11.
I don't see this one turning around. There's our Cloud Goat
Cloud Goat Ranger might actually resolve. No, Spell Stutter Sprite. Yeah, Michael Jacob scoops him up. There's your ball game. So standard goes to Yuya Watanabe.
Balling in 5, you had the nuts.
Yuya Watanabe puts a W on the board for Japan. All they need now is either Masashi Oiso or Akira Takakuwa to win. And Oiso's already up a game, and Oiso is in an advantage matchup. We'll go check on that extended match. Sam Black has an Elf deck with a Cloudstone Curio sub-theme. Masashi Oiso playing Blue-Black Tron. Oiso won the first game. Oiso won this matchup when they met in the Swiss, so we shall see.
So Yuya Watanabe was Rookie of the Year last year.
Yes.
He's got 34 points, I think, this year.
Wow.
He's done a nice job for himself with, making the most of his Rookie of the Year campaign. We're going to get a chance to see another Rookie of the Year contender, possibly, Aaron Nicastri.
Australia's in good shape.
We've seen Karam is also in the running for this year's title. If he wins this tournament, he could become the Rookie of the Year. There's our former Rookie of the Year right there in Masashi Oiso.
It's true. Masashi Oiso, clearly one of the best players to ever play Magic. Definitely one of the top 10 of all time. Arguably top 5 of all time. Arguably the best Japanese player of all time. Almost made top 8 number 7 this weekend, but lost to Kenji in the next to last round. But he's still playing on Sunday. And he is smothering a Birchlore Ranger. So we're on about turn 3 of this match. In response to a Nettle Sentinel, Masashi decides to smother Birchlore Ranger. Sam Black has now, with the Nettle Sentinel having resolved. Oh, there's a Glimpse in play right now. So we're on turn 3. Sam has played a Glimpse. He's got a Llanowar Elf and a Nettle Sentinel. But he's just lost his Birchlore Ranger to a smother. Here's Wirewood Symbiote drawing a card. But he's going to be able to untap the Elf. He desperately needs a Birchlore Ranger. Or Heritage Druid. No, Heritage Druid wouldn't even get it done. So that's really timely smother.
I can bench this on top of this, play this. Do I replay that to keep going for it, or get it out of there?
Yeah, Black is asking for advice from his teammates.
One of the really interesting aspects of the team format.
Yeah, do I go for it? Do I build board position? He's looking over at Michael Jacob.
So with the
Give me some
Birchlore,
advice. Yeah, like he can get out the Hive Master.
Keep going, you think? Sure. Alright.
keep going.
Keep going, right. So his decision was, with his Symbiote, does he try to keep going or does he try to get Hive Master out? So he plays Nettle Sentinel, and didn't quite see what the draw was. Draws a land, which presumably he can still play. Okay, so Sam
stocked
Black
up his hand.
stocks up his hand, stocks up his board position, burns through a glimpse. Like I said, I think that smother from Oiso looked really good.
Sure,
It
absolutely.
definitely took the steam out of Sam Black's attempt to go off. Now, does he have the damnation to sweep the board? No, he says go.
Does he have the gifts to essentially lock things down?
Brazil is on the board. Willie Edel has taken a game from Brandon Lau. They're now tied 1 apiece. 8-1 despite a double mulligan there. Never mind. Bad information.
Faulty intel.
In fact, Brandon Lau has won that match 2-0. I bet the Willie Edel double mulligan part was true.
Yeah.
So Australia has one match on the board. They need to win either Justin Chung or Aaron Nicastri a game. So Australia has taken the first 4 games that have been finished in that semifinal matchup against Brazil.
Sam just got in for 4 here. For 5, actually.
Yeah, 5.
With his Pendlehaven.
And plays a Hive Master. Yeah, the fact that Oiso did not play a damnation there pretty much means go for it, right? If Oiso had one, he would have played it. Therefore, Sam Black can sort of go for it. Dump your hand, make the clock as fast as possible. Picks up an elf, tries to make an insect token.
Doesn't pick up the Birchlaw Ranger. I mean, the Nettle Sentinel, because he's too worried about the counter spell.
Yeah, he's just trying to put as much power on the board as possible. So he's up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus the Pendlehaven. Okay, here is Gifts Ungiven from Masashi Oiso. What does he get? Does he have a gift and that the elf deck? Can he put Sam into an
So he gets
impossible
what? He
situation?
gets a Crucible of Worlds, an Academy Ruins, I don't know.
I couldn't guess it.
A little late now, Mike Jacob.
What was the play they found?
I'm not sure. But, apparently there's some different way that he could have played the turn.
And seems like Damnation is one of the cards that Oiso should get, right?
Does he have a way to? He doesn't have a way to grow it back.
No, but it
here.
means you're going to get something good because there's no way Sam can give him a Damnation.
No.
Triskelion sounds like he's shuffling something. He's shuffling up. Engineered Explosives is obviously really good. Knight of Soul's Betrayal.
Sure.
There's 3 awesome cards, right?
Deathmark is a card that kills something.
It seems like if he can get Knight of Soul's Betrayal and Damnation and Engineered Explosives, then he gets one of them.
Right.
And any one of them is good here, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Explosives is the least good because Sam's got a somewhat diversified.
Maybe he's getting Tron in the 2 to kill my guys.
You could throw a Tron, could throw Tron pieces in there. I gotta think you need an immediate creature removal card, so I think Explosives.
He's got another turn to pass back to Sam. I mean, Sam obviously doesn't just have the combo
Right.
in hand, so he's got to feel like he can send it back to him for one more turn.
Triskelion, Engineered Explosives, 2 Tron pieces?
That doesn't seem like a very exciting gift.
No.
You can hear Oiso hissing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sam does have Viridian Shaman in his hand.
Yep.
And a Summoner Trick. He's actually got 2 Viridian Shamans. We're so struggling with this decision. This does seem like a tricky one.
Yeah. This
I
does-
think-
he doesn't have the package of like an Eternal Witness, a Reclaim.
Does he not have Eternal Witness in his deck?
Yeah, this is blue-black. He doesn't have any green.
All right, that's a good point.
He's kind of playing
There's no
gifts.
re- there's
he's
no
kind of playing
regrowth.
gifts fair here.
Yes. Yeah, this is a very fair gift, right? There's no recursion. There's no ability to get in. I mean, Academy Ruins is the closest thing he has to recursion. Yeah, I would think Academy Ruins is you're pretty good here. Like, you're probably going to get it, but that it gives you long-term inevitability.
He doesn't seem to like his packages. 5? 5 cards? I get to put 3 in the graveyard.
This is a. Damnation, Explosives.
In Legacy, Paul Cheon got Phyrexian Dreadnought into play. Paul Cheon wins game 1. Cheon did manage to win that game. That's kind of the way I thought that was going to play out. It
I
seemed
think
like
I heard him say he had to draw all 4 Force of Wills in my ear.
makes sense. Scott, you want to say?
Sounds like there's a little concern that Oiso's taking too long with this decision and needs to resolve his gifts.
You want to help him out?
I see a red shirt.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. There's the head judge staring
Need
pointedly.
to make a
こ
play.
れはでも、まあ、いっか。いや、これには落とすんだならもうこれでいいや。
Well, Brazil has finally taken their first game.
And there you go.
Casati
No black cards.
wins a game against Nicastri. All right, so this is the package we were kind of expecting. Knight of Souls Betrayal, Damnation, Engineered Explosives, and what's the last card? Is that Triskelion? Okay.
He
I
gives him
kind of was
Triske-
expecting Academy Ruins, but
He gives him
get the 6.
Triskelion and
Yeah, that seems easy and obvious.
so he can only get
Did he actually get a slow play warning? Is that what they're talking about?
Paul. He must have because Paul Cheon said play slower.
Haha.
もうそうだよ。もう、ここぐらいしか考えないのにワーニングやめてよ。
And wait.
いや、そうだけど、
Still under my turn. Do you think I want to pick up one of these guys?
All right, all this was happening at the end of Sam Black's turn.
I've been to black cards.
Sam now gave him,
I wanna
did
pick up
not
one?
give him the Southern Riders Hold Patrol of Damnation.
I
I
don't
think
think he
this is
has it.
correct from
It took
Black.
forever to-
Engineered Explosives is in his hand now. Triskelion is in Massage's hand now.
We're good.
Sam Black now knows that Engineered Explosives is likely to come down next turn,
that's
almost
true.
certainly for
Okay.
1,
Go.
right? With that board, it's going to be Explosives for 1. Sam could use his Symbiote to pick something up, but at the end of the day, declines.
Long time delay.
He's pretty confident that Oiso doesn't have any more lands based on his the agony he went through on this decision.
Right. But, I mean, you can Explosives for 1 and set it off.
Yeah.
I would have expected a land instead of the Triskelion there. I mean, if he puts Academy Ruins in the package, then he can recycle the Explosives. I think I would have got Academy Ruins instead of Trike. I agree with the other 3, but especially with no land here, it's just good to have a land. And if your land is Academy Ruins, then hey, even better. Oh, this is a little risky here. Well, I'm sorry, is he cycling? Is that transmute on the land? Okay. Teleria West goes to get Academy Ruins. So fair enough. He had access to Academy Ruins, but this means he's going to take a hit, right?
Take a hit and possibly put himself at risk for going off. I mean, Sam has a Summoner's Pact in his hand. He might be able to go get a Regal Force and
Interesting.
try to jump this game.
Oh, Chrome Mox. That's gigantic.
Yeah.
Now he can, in fact, play the explosives and set it off. So removes Spellburst, plays explosives for 1, sets it off. All right.
What would I do in response?
Well, we could have played Trike there.
Yeah, I'm going to respond to Mac.
He could have gotten all the way to Trike if he wanted to, but with Academy Ruins, he'd rather get on the explosives plan.
Well, he couldn't get. He had to go get the land, so he couldn't do Trike this turn. He can do it next.
Oh, right.
Oh, yes.
That, of course, to the surprise, I'm not at all surprised to discover Luis is about 2 steps ahead of me. Strike is clearly superior to Academy Ruins there. But I mean, he's got Teleria West in his hand. He knows he can go get Academy Ruins. It sets this turn up really well, because now he's got the 6 mana for Trike next turn, and then he's got Academy Ruins Engineered Explosives for long-term inevitability.
Sam Black picks up his
Llanowar Elf.
Nettle Sentinel go.
Interesting. Yeah, I think I would have picked up Nettle Sentinel there. There's this little thin window where he could potentially go off. Actually, Viridian Shaman is pretty relevant here, because he can Viridian Shaman to down Chrome Mox.
Right.
Viridian Shaman also diversifies his mana, right? He gets a 3-drop in there. Oiso really needs Cascalia to cement this game. There's a window here where Black can potentially push through some damage.
Well, if he Shamans the Chrome Mox here.
Yeah, I think Shaman the Chrome Mox is clearly correct. I don't know if he can stitch anything together with Summoner's Pact.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a glimpse, so...
Right. Well, he could get at the time where he had more guys, he could have Regal Forced.
No, he never had... There's no way he was ever going to have 6 mana unless he's going to land. Sure he could...
Oh, right.
1, 2, 3, 9. We have 1, 2, 3,
Sam
4,
not
5,
content with Musashi having a slow play warning. Slows it down
that
himself.
is including that twice. So I mean, like, I could just like pack for any random thing.
This is such a unique component of the team competition.
It's true.
I mean, I would do so much better at Magic if I could ask my friends for help on the play.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4,
Brazil
5, 6, 7,
coming
8.
back. Michieli takes a game of Legacy, so Shung and Michieli are tied a game apiece. Nicastri and Casati are tied a game apiece. Australia has a win on the board in the form of Brandon Lau, but both those other matches are headed to game 3. Sam essentially trying to figure out, okay, how much do I commit to the board? Do I move all in? Do I try to set up a kill next turn? And I think that answer's got to be yes, right? If he has the ability to play such that he's threatening lethal next turn, he should just go for it.
I could pact for...
in the Legacy match here, Takakua has Chalice for 1 again. Did not actually win in the game last time, although it did cause the game to last about 40 turns.
He does have Exalted Angels after game 1.
True. Yeah, if he'd had Exalted Angel instead of Magus in the last game, he could have run that out there and potentially just attacked for the win before Cheon could get out from under Chalice.
I can't play both of them. Sorry. What do you want me to do?
I think
This?
Okay.
Captain, oh my captain, what should I do?
No, it sounds like Cheon brainstormed into a Force of Will, and I guess the Chalice did not actually resolve.
Are we,
Chalice did not resolve. So here's Summoner's Pact for Visionary. Sam Black looking to restock his board after that Engineered Explosives as well as he can. Now he's got a Summoner's Pact. There's the pen cap on top of the library. Make sure he remembers to pay for Summoner's Pact.
Visionary.
Here's Visionary. He'll get to draw a card. That makes a token thanks to Hive Master. I gotta think Viridian Shaman on Chrome Mox and hope that takes you off Triskelion. Yep. Yes, Viridian Shaman smashes Chrome Mox. makes another token. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I guess what he was
7
debating
power.
about was whether or not he wanted to use that 1 mana.
The Pendelhaven.
From the Pendelhaven.
That's right. Oh, and there's another Llanowar Elf, too.
Token?
And another token, wow. All right. Sam Black has smashed Chrome Mox. Masashi Oiso is known to have Triskelion in his hand, but he's only got 5 mana thanks to the Viridian Shaman. Scoops them up.
Wow.
Sam Black found the right play. The Americans managed to take a game of extended. Sam Black pieced together the right play. Masashi Oiso resolved Gifts Ungiven and lost.
Yeah,
Resolved Gifts was not good enough. He got a
what he
Triskelion.
really needed was more. He needed to hit his drop.
Yeah, basically ran out of mana.
You know, they're
All right. Sam Black and Masashi Oiso are now tied a game apiece. Japan is up the standard match, but Team USA is up a game in Legacy. So there's a lot riding on this game.
I mean, he has to feel pretty good about Paul Cheon's chances
like emanations and explosives.
against Takakura. You have to love Paul Cheon's chances against Takakura.
Yeah, we'll go take a look at that matchup while these guys sideboard.
Takakura has not done a lot of winning on his own, and he's playing against Cheon.
All right, that blue.
so you think you want me to
So
have
we're going
Cheon
over
out?
to the Legacy matchup between Takakura and Cheon.
So you think like
Takakura has gotten out a Trinisphere and a Pithing Needle. Pithing Needle is set to Sensei's Divining Top.
Trinisphere just broke a standstill.
Trinisphere broke a standstill, so Cheon has a handful of cards. Takakura also has an Oblivion Ring in play. Oblivion Ring has removed Phyrexian Dreadnought from the game. So Cheon had pulled off his combo. He played a Dreadnought, he stifled the comes into play trigger, he got his 12/12 attacker, only to then lose it to an Oblivion Ring. Cheon followed with a standstill, Trinisphere broke the standstill, and now you are up to speed. Yeah, Cheon playing an attrition game, he's got plenty of cards. Here's a 3 mana standstill thanks to the Trinisphere.
Next land that Tsukikawa plays kills his City of Traders.
Yeah. Takakura's City of Traders will go away if he plays any more land.
I forced and fetch land, so I'm at 18.
Cheon's at 18. Did has Takakura taken any damage?
Can't imagine, unless it was.
I think he's at 19, courtesy of Horizon Canopy.
Yeah. Remember what I said, mold the 4? I was like, the only way we can get it is mold the 4. Come on, Sam.
I can't imagine how Takakura is going to win this game.
Yeah, it seems like Cheon's deck is just better set up. Takakura can make life miserable for his opponent, but he's struggling to actually kill him.
It seems like it's a deck you build. It's like, I want to do all the fun stuff that I like doing in Legacy, but you forget to include a way to win.
It's probably got these Altered Angels by now. Yeah. I mean, this deck looks like it could actually be good if it just...
There was a lot of really exciting synergies in the deck.
Yeah. I mean, in game 1, he had like a 20-turn window where Cheon was relatively helpless. All right, Takakura taps 4. Chalice for 2. Which will break the standstill.
Before that resolves.
Does Chalice for 2... How does Chalice interact with Trinisphere?
You're the vintage player.
Sure. I don't think Chalice for 2 actually counters anything, because I think Trinisphere makes them into 3-mana spells. But I might be wrong about that. I'm genuinely unsure. So essentially, Trinisphere... Trinisphere affects the cost, but not the converted mana cost. So a 2-mana spell that you paid 3 for is still a 2-mana spell on the stack.
Yeah. You were at 18, and then you just took one from this. Why did I? Yeah, you're at 17, and I'm at 19. I just missed the line. Oh no, I'm at 18. I'm at 18. You're at 17. Because I fetched.
How could it be hard to keep track of your life totals in this match?
Because they're irrelevant?
Just don't care.
No ghostly prisons this time, so Cheon can actually get some damage in with Mishra's Factory, in theory.
So he might have even sided out the ghostly prisons, but
I think so. They're pretty irrelevant in this match. I mean, they slow down the Mishra's Factories, but do you really want to invest 3 mana in an enchantment that just makes it annoying? I guess that is kind of the theme of the deck, but...
Come on!
Yeah, Cheon happy to learn that Sam Black's keeping his opening draw.
oh, there's an
There's an Aura of Silence.
This really has a lot of my favorite cards of all time in it. It was very funny. Paul Cheon played in the I Came to Game Invitational earlier this week.
Yes.
And he played against John Finkel in the first round.
Right,
They were
they were
playing with the Pro Tour 1 decks.
And more, and Trinisphere.
I have no idea how this one works. Trinisphere or of Silence. If you're playing an artifact, does layers kick in here? There's actually a judge's seminar on layer rules going on right now. Trinisphere applies last in that layer. Thank goodness I have Scott Larrabee in my ear. And he has Toby Elliott in his. So
These kind of things come up in their Elder Dragon Highlander matches all the time.
It's why the judges play that format, I'm sure. It really keeps it sharp. This is a true story, by the way.
Which is just basically
So,
upper right-hand corner.
Trinisphere applies last
So
in the
these
layer.
don't affect that at all?
Aura is going to affect it, and then
I'm
Trinisphere.
still
Which means it's unlikely. It means like Sensei Divining Top is going to cost 3, not 5.
Oh, yeah.
Keep in mind, Paul Cheon has not been playing Magic for a terribly
No, you were
long
talking about the
time.
Pro Tour 1 decks. Like, he was reading cards. He just hadn't seen some of these interactions before. It was hilarious to me because he's playing against Finkel.
Finkel was playing the prison deck.
Right, Mark Justice's deck. And Paul Cheon had basically never seen the prison lock before. It's like Icy Manipulator taps Winter Orb, right?
And he's like, what does that do?
And he's like, what does that do? It's like, well, I get to untap all my lands. What? Like, yeah, that's how Magic works.
Right, now we will reenact several scenes from the TV show Oz.
Welcome to prison. Yeah, and Finkel smashed him. He got the full-on.
By the way, Finkel won that tournament.
Did he?
He defeated Patrick Chapin last night. I don't know what the decks were, but John Finkel won the Invitational.
Cool. Well, I watched Mike Long and Kenji play a quarterfinal match, and how cool is that, by the way, Long versus Kenji? That was a pretty cool match in the quarters.
And then Mike Long versus Finkel in the semis.
All right, Mishra's Factory gets in there for a couple.
That's really almost exclusively how Paul seems to win with this deck.
Attacking the Mishras?
Yes.
I've seen him win with his Dreadnought.
Sometimes it mops up.
All right.
Oh, well, there's an Armageddon.
Oh, Armageddon, really?
Keep that.
What are the odds of this resolving?
Force of
Pretty
Will.
low, pretty low.
Yep.
Force of Will costs 3.
Oh, Force of Will costs 3. Hilarious. So Cheon pitches a card and pays a life. Oh, and pays 3 mana. So he's able to Force the Will, paying 3 to stop Armageddon. That's pretty funny. It's about the only relevant spell. I mean, Cheon is essentially, he knows the deck list. He knows what actually matters. He's like, okay, you can set up all of these like annoying artifacts, but I don't actually have to care about them. I just have to defend my lands, and then eventually I'll be able to kill you.
Get in for 3 with a Mishra Factory.
Yep.
A gorgeous winter Mishra Factory.
Those are pretty. Those are pretty. Those are the Arena Islands, too. 3 mana again. It's hilarious. The 3 mana is like what you need for counterspell. Island, island, island. Facilitates force of
3 mana and another blue card, and yeah.
But it's not like Cheon needs to do anything else with his mana, so.
He draws another land, he can attack for 4 next turn.
Right. So Cheon looking pretty good here.
What?
Oh, Australia wins through. Justin Chung takes Legacy over Luis Micheli, so Australia is through to the finals. It'll be Australia taking on the winner of this. That means Aaron Nicastri has at least 33 pro points, by the way, and it means he is the Rookie of the Year unless Hannes Karem goes all the way through to be your next world champion.
Do we have any tie scenarios?
It takes ties out of play.
Ties are out of play.
Ties are now out of
That's really
play.
too bad. I was hoping
There
we
will
could
not
do
be a tie
another
for Rookie
hour
of the Year.
today.
You wanted to watch the playoff?
I do kind of want to see a playoff.
At some point, there's going to be a playoff, and it's going to be cool. But this is not the year. There will not be a tie in Rookie of the Year. Either Nicastri will win it, or Hannes Karem will double up World Champion and Rookie of the Year.
So it looks like we're going to swing over and take a look at some
Seems to be in
extended.
good shape here. We'll keep an eye on this match, but we're going to go watch Sam Black and Masashi Oiso. If Chion is able to finish off Takakua, then it all comes down to this. Can Sam Black and his Elf deck win and send the United States through to the finals, or can Masashi Oiso back up his proclamation and send Japan through to try to take the title back home to their country? Nettle Sentinel on turn 1 for Sam Black. 2 pieces of the Tron so far for Oiso. For the record, Nicastri and Casati did play out game 3, and Australia got the sweep. So Australia 3-0s their way through to the finals. 2-1.
Does Nicastri know he doesn't get any extra pro points for the 3-0?
Don't even get tiebreakers in this format. Just for fun. That gets a fun game. Sometimes, you just want to see how it turns out.
Mike,
So, 2 pieces of the Tron for Oiso.
Mike,
what do you
help!
think about keeping both of these?
Yeah.
Playing that, and then like I might be
Chion
able to,
doesn't need the help. Chion's got things under control.
cast, and then like
Sam Black wants to consult with U.S. national champ
drawing
Michael
Cooper
Jacob.
and having 2 Nettle Sentinels in that guy. Like it could just set me up for the absolute nuts. Like if I draw another land.
You might have spell burst next turn, but yeah. Okay, that sounds good. I like it.
All right. Sam Black and Michael Jacob agree on a
Wish I hadn't
flag.
taken damage from this already, but go.
Michael Jacob plays his second Nettle Sentinel. He is... Oh, this is Oiso with a mulligan to 6, by the way. Sam Black, if he draws a land, is it... The way I heard that, Sam has
like
played
he-
his second Nettle Sentinel, setting himself up to potentially go off next turn. Sounds like he needs a land to really be in good shape, but...
Jacob is staring intently at Oiso. He's like, what do you got? What's in store?
Yeah. Chrome Mox. Removing Damnation.
Engineered
Explosives for 1. Bad news for the Americans. Down go both Nettle Sentinels. I think it makes sense though if you're Sam Black to go for it there, right? I mean, if you've got a potential turn 3 kill, the Tron deck is a little slow out of the gate. So, oh, and there's Glimpse. Yeah, Heritage Druid. Wow, Sam Black was in awesome shape. Oiso had to have an answer that turn, but Engineered
my
Explosives pretty good answer. No third land for Sam Black, so only got to Glimpse for 1. Is that full Tron? No, that's
No,
a
that's
duplicate
not.
card.
I don't know what Tron pieces he has in play, but I know 2 of them are the same.
Yeah. Paul Chion has won his match, by the way, so it really does all come down to this. Chion wins in Legacy, Watanabe wins in Standard. Oiso and Sam Black are playing this game for a spot in the team finals against Australia.
Game 3, Sam.
he doesn't have Tron. So you can't buy back if he has it. I play this.
He's really worried about spell burst in this matchup. That's
Yeah.
in there.
That might be right.
That's something.
Oh, wow. Viridian Zealot. Haven't seen that guy play in a while. Makes sense.
Yeah, we played a land.
Oiso checks to confirm he's already played a land.
Yep, it's
And the
okay.
Zealot resolves.
Gonna do this. Go.
Ooh, there's gifts ungiven.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Just 1 card left in hand for Masashi Oiso. That's about to be 3. Yeah, somebody start a clock. We need a play clock. This one should be easier. Oiso's under significantly less pressure. Sweeping those two Nettle Sentinels with the engineered explosives really gave him the time he needs to sort of set up a Tron, get something going on. These gifts are not quite as ridiculous as they are in a deck with recursion, right?
Yeah, but now he has time to
Green
include
gifts.
like Crucible and Academy of Worlds in his package, right?
Crucible of Worlds, Academy Ruins, sure.
Like there was an option to, instead of attacking, like try for this into this.
That might have been a better play. Or even to playing it and blowing up the Zealot.
むずいね。これはむずいわ。
How much does Zealot take to blow up an artifact? Is it
I
two?
believe it's green and one.
Green and one.
除去マツよりもあり得るね。とりあえず、あれ、なんだっけ、猿持ってないからさ。
He goes for black cards, I just give him some.
猿持ってないから、あいつ殺しとけば縛る。とりあえずは OK っていうのがあるから。
Sam and Mike are
猿持ってないから。
debating their options, trying to figure out, okay, what's he going to get? What would we have to give him?
これ OK。これ OK。いや違う、これやばいか。これ最悪突撃しなかったら泣ける。負けるね。
Is that Shuhei looking
こんな
on?
に出てる場合じゃない。
Watching his
Yeah, Shuei in his suit.
てかここに
It's if you're player of the year, you get to hang out on stage and watch your teammates.
Yeah.
Their fellow countrymen.
これもう入れる前提で。
He wasn't very happy.
Okay.
All right, what is Masashi going to get with this gift? What would you get?
ちょっと受けは完璧だから、あとは何でも、
Can,
あと
can
落
you
ちる
do
カード
the
になるから。
Crucible Academy Ruins Triskelion? I don't know if he has another land in his hand or not. Or does he get Urza
カードだ
parts?
し、こうでもいいから、あとは。
It's forgivable, but I don't know whether
It's probably just Damnation Engineered Explosives. It's probably a similar package to what he got last time.
Black cards and
And then the third Urza piece to force him to give him one of the cards.
こうくれば OK。
you can throw in Tolaria West,
I
too.
see.
It's probably better than Academy Ruins. Right. How many Academy Ruins in this deck?
I believe he only has one.
何
Makes it harder, much
そうか、こうなる。
harder to put
Yeah,
in
one
the package.
card.
Then.
we'll have a lot more information once we see what cards he.
これ、
He's getting makeshift mannequin.
And here comes the judge again.
なんか突然ゲームロスになる。
3 minutes and counting.
で、今どんぐらいなんですか。
Okay. Did he pick up a slow play warning previously? It's like, this is... Game loss could be in play here. Looks like he's got 4 cards. He looks very tempted to show them to Sam Black. They include a Death Mark, a Triskelion. Is that a fetch land?
I think it's a polluted
A
delta.
Polluted Delta, and I believe Tolaria West. Academy Ruin, sorry. So, 2 lands, a Death Mark, and a Triskelion.
So I just have to give him spells.
Yeah, I think you give him spells.
I could give him this.
I agree with Sam and Mike.
The problem with that is just because it's infinite explosives. I don't think we can do that.
You don't give him Academy Ruins, no way.
Wait, no. I'm saying give him those two.
I think he's going to have another trail.
Okay.
That's my belief.
Strong basis.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Give him spells? What do you do?
There's no way. I don't think we're going to win if we give him those two. Maybe give him those two.
You give him the spells.
Give him the spells.
Graveyard.
You can have Death Mark and Triskelion. No lands.
Untap. Do we have a Triskelion?
Yeah, any land is Triskelion. The Chrome Mox is on black, right? You remove Damnation, I believe. What's the other land? Is that a blue-black land on Oasis side?
I think that's Tolaria West.
Oh, that's Tolaria West. So he's only got 1 black mana. It's pretty interesting. Here comes Death Mark. Bye-bye Zealot. Defending his Chrome Mox. Seems pretty important to this draw. It's his only black mana. And it looks like he's got another Death Mark and a Damnation in his hand. So Oiso is handful of creature removal. Here's Glimpse. There's Heritage Druid, drawing a card. Horizon Canopy. Into Hive Master, drawing a card. It's got 3 mana. From Heritage Druid. Draws into Viridian Shaman. Down goes Crumbbox. And makes a guy. All of a sudden, Masashi Oiso has no access to black mana. Oiso draws Engineered Explosives off the top. He's got a blue mana, right?
Yeah, he can.
So he can Explosives for 1 and kill the Heritage Druids, but he'll still be looking at, what, 5 power and an active Hive Master. 4 power and an active Hive Master.
So the decision was, do I give him land, or do I give him
land or do I
spells?
give him spells? They gave him spells, and it
If we
looks
give him
good.
land, he'll have spells he can cast.
Exactly.
If we give him spells, he might not draw land.
Right. I mean, Oiso's got a Death Mark and a Damnation in his hand that he can't cast right now.
So I want to try to believe on the next turn.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, puts him at 11, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alternatively,
You guys are waiting for belief on him.
yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Please keep moving.
It's his turn.
His turn.
Yeah.
Masashi Oiso is taking so much time that Sam Black almost got a slow play warning.
That's pretty crazy.
Because the guy who's fully untapped, the guy who's got that.
I mean, that's the disadvantage to being a timely player, is you give your opponent a lot of time to think about what they can do. It's one of the things that's always impressed me about Kenji.
Yes. All right. Here is Explosives for 1. I think that is exactly what Oiso had to do.
Yep.
Explosives for 1. Down go the Heritage Druids. And ships the turn to Sam Black. Draws Elvish Visionary.
So we're either on this
You just smash, right? Oiso did not play a land.
or this. And I think it's
Oiso, you
not
know he has
this.
Triskelion in his hand.
You get in for 4.
You suspect he's got black cards in his hand. Yeah, you attack for 4. You just put as much power onto the board as you possibly can. Yeah, I do think you may as well play the Visionary before you attack.
I understand. They both have.
Might draw Pen and Paper.
That's us.
1, 2, 3, 4, puts him at 13, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 from 13. Those sound the same. Like he's at 13.
So
and
they're
I
deciding
either-
how many things do we want to commit to the board if he draws.
Yep.
If we can draw what?
We draw 4, is he dead?
Oh, next turn? I don't think so, but
Okay. I still think he plays.
Yeah, that Explosives means, so Oiso's probably got 2 turns left. Okay, here's another Visionary.
this time I'll resolve token first so he doesn't worry. Interesting. Let's see. These have some significance. These down. Attack for 4.
Yep, there's an attack for 4. Oiso is at 13, and he's facing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 power. So Oiso has got this turn and 1 more. Cheon comes over. Now Sam Black's got Cheon on one shoulder, Jacob on the other.
His chances.
No problem. We got this.
Absolutely.
I think we got this.
Well, the thing with
Sam's starting to feel a little confident here.
he can.
Again, another piece of this game changes pretty dramatically.
Yeah. Oiso's got Trike in his hand.
Yeah,
So.
so maybe we play No Mage Shepherd and we
It's interesting what a disadvantage it is to be an English speaker in this scenario, right? The Japanese can understand everything the Americans are saying.
Sure.
I mean, they've essentially, you see the Japanese players looking over. Of course, Japanese players, it's Oiso's game, so they don't even
What are they
need to
gonna
talk.
do?
Like, what are they going to tell Masashi? There's not anybody who's going to tell Masashi something he doesn't already know.
You just looked over and nodded sagely.
But in another situation, Oiso can obviously advise his teammates in Japanese.
Do you want to just start by battling?
Well, the question is how do you want to battle with?
Right.
Okay, that's what we're deciding here.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Okay. I guess if they play this, right?
Don't you want to battle with everybody?
What are they worried? What are they worried about? Why not just?
I understand. Okay, so basically you want to leave this guy in the sapling
So
zone.
if we attack for
5, he goes to 8.
he goes to 8, and then we play that. And
So there's
Do they have chords in
there's a
there?
fecundity
Wait, hold
in
on.
Sam's hand.
Oh, fecundity.
So
Interesting.
They both make
so
sense.
actually, I don't know if there's actually much Oiso
Wow.
can actually do here.
Yeah, fecundity is insane here.
Okay, so...
Oiso has to kill everything, but if he
Yeah,
does,
wait,
Sam
wait.
just gets to reload.
Yeah. Agreed.
Four mana Null Mage Shepherd. Interesting. Null Mage Shepherd means they're not playing Fecundity.
15.
And here's Nettle Sentinel, making another token. I mean, the only way Oiso can sweep the whole board would have been with double black, which isn't possible, so...
3,
Smash!
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Sam Black attacks for 8. Oiso drops to 5. He's got one draw phase, and I don't know what he can draw. One draw phase. Oiso cannot do it. Wow, Team USA pulls off the upset in Extended. Sam Black's Elf deck defeats Masashi Oiso. Oiso and Team Japan will not be bringing the team title back. Instead, it'll be Team USA playing against the upstart Australians in the finals.
You can't keep the Americans down this year.
Cannot keep the Americans down. All right. Well, we've played a lot of awesome Magic right here. We now know who the team finals is going to be. It's going to be Australia against Team USA. We now know who the semifinals are going to be. When we come back from our lunch break, it's going to be Jamie Park against Sagoshi Ikeda, and it's going to be Hannes Karem against Auntie Malin. Whew. Crazy. I did not expect Sam Black to win that match. Hello again.
Hey everybody.
Brian David Marshall, Randy Bueller, winding down from the team semifinals action, getting ready for individual semifinals action.
That was really unexpected to me.
Yeah. I even thought, like, when Oiso resolves gifts, it was like Sam got him. Sam set himself up. He's like, Nettle Sentinel. I'm set up to combo off on the third turn. Oiso's got the engineered explosives. Sam's like, okay, slump shoulders. Okay, guy. I'm going to try to attack for damage. Okay, gifts. Really felt like the first 4 turns were edge Oiso, but all of a sudden he's like, the gifts package that he got, I think that the Americans made a really smart decision.
Yeah, the team huddled together and determined he had no land.
Right. He needs land. We're going to give him spells, and we're going to win this game. If he doesn't draw land right away, we can win this game. And he didn't draw land. They drew Viridian Shaman. Down goes Chrome Mox, and now Oiso is just in big trouble. Basically had to top deck Urza for Triskelion, failed, and the Swarm of Elves doesn't take long with that deck.
I think
Swarm
even
of
if he
Elves
drew
does
the
not take long.
Triskelion there, I'm not sure that wins the game for him.
So that's the action there. The next thing up on the slate is going to be individual semifinals, and that's going to happen after lunch. So we're going to go to lunch break, Hall of Fame profiles, some deck techs, and we'll be back in about an hour to find out who plays for the individual title. Brian David Marshall and Randy Bueller saying, stay tuned. We got a lot of Magic left to play today.